2, 1.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Football Analytics and Rant Show. And today we have two topics to cover mostly, and it's regarding the Indian football World Cup qualifiers and also the UEFA Champions League quarterfinals, the draw which recently concluded. So first we'll be moving on to the Indian football part, and as you all know, India are playing Afghanistan first at away match, and the second is the home match. And the first game will be taking place in Saudi Arabia in the Damak Stadium, and the second game, which is in India, will as of now will take place in the Salt Lake Stadium, although the Indira Gandhi Athletic Stadium in Guwahati is also being mentioned. And firstly, I think this is like a golden chance for Indian football to make it to the third round of the World Cup qualifiers, which they have not done before. If you do not know how the World Cup qualifiers work in AFC, and if you don't know what is first round, second round and third round, we have explained it clearly in one of our videos regarding Indian football, which we posted I think like 7 to 8 months back. You can check, other links will be provided in the video, you can check out on it to get further info. So as of now, India stands third in the group. We've played 2 matches, both against quite good opposition, and one I think right now, as you all know, Qatar is one of the best teams in the continent. They are the defending Asian champions, and one of the very few teams to retain successfully their Asian Cup title. And first, the other team being Kuwait. And Kuwait, although they had their glory days, they qualified once for a World Cup. They were considered one of the best teams in Asia at one point. Though they're far beyond it after a small FIFA ban and their regrouping, they are still quite a formidable team. And we somehow managed to get a win at their home in front of a pack like some 60,000 spectators in their national stadium, and which was a big deal. And getting a win itself against good opposition is a big deal, and getting an away win is even bigger. So that we were off to a good start, and then we had lost to Qatar in home, which was expected, though we showed signs of good play. And after that, you know what happened in the Asian Cup, so we're not going to it. You can watch me rant about it in one of our other previous videos, which we released around a month back. And coming to the game itself, so on paper, India should be favourites, and
Against Afghanistan, no?
Against Afghanistan, because we have always had a positive record. Although right now some of the players they have gotten are expats, like from players who have Afghani origins, who are not actually born in Afghanistan. And we don't know how some of them play. Some of them actually play in some second-tier European leagues or some smaller European leagues.
That's actually quite good, no? Even if second-tier European league.
Quite good, but I still think we are a little better right now, because this team is a more cohesive unit. They've been playing for a long time in terms of experience playing at this level, and the quality of opposition we played internationally faced. And now at least they have gotten a little let's say match training, and some of the players are back as well. If you know, like during the Asian Cups, a lot of problems were because so many players were injured, including Ashik Kurunian, Sahal, and the likes of Jeeksan Singh. And so all these players were injured, and it was quite difficult to replace these players. Also Anwar Ali as well. So all these players are back. Of course, we still have some experienced players which are missing, mainly Sandesh Jingen. And it is not that perfect, I'd say, but it's a little more better than last time. Even though Sandesh Jingen is not there, we still have the likes of Rahul Beke, one of the experienced players, still playing, obviously. And goalkeepers, I don't think there was any change. It's the same as the let's say the Asian Cup. And forwards also is Changte, Vikram Pratap, and Sunil Chetri. Also the Manveer is missing, however.
Manveer is back.
He's playing? Oh yeah, he's there. Okay, my bad, sorry. And also we have Apuya, Deepak Tangri, Suresh Singh, all Sahal, Mahesh Singh. So most of the A team is there, bar maybe Jingan. So it's a very good squad, and these two games are very crucial because these are the must-win games. These are the games we should win if we want to qualify for the next round. And if they're not winning these games, I'd say pack up bags and go now. There's no point because getting another results against Kuwait will be much more difficult. Getting anything, even a draw or even losing by a small margin is going to be difficult against Qatar. So these games they have to win, and they have to make sure they score as many goals as possible. Because if by chance we manage to lose against Kuwait, it will go down to goal difference. So we'll have to see at that time. So it's better not to reach there. And also, if you didn't know, finishing second in the group or 1 and 2 will guarantee you not only let's say a position in the next round, which involves 18 teams, and it also gives you an opportunity to directly qualify for the AFC Asian Cup without having to go through another qualifying round, which will be even more hectic, and there's a high chance you might slip up there also. So this is much more easier, and hopefully they take it seriously. Hopefully the coaching staff, the players give everything they have, because reaching the third round is much bigger than let's say qualifying for the Asian Cup. And also it's the first step, first step of reaching the ultimate goal of qualifying for the World Cup. And one more additional sub point is, if we qualify as the best runner-up or top place team and not going to the extra qualification round, we will actually get a much more favorable group than what we got here. Because last time we had to go through the additional Asian Cup qualifying round, we had a very tough group, and you all know what happened. So it's more likely to get a more favorable group, and we could actually get some results in the next Asian Cup. So everything is at line here. There is not just benefits, and there is a lot of things to lose also. So they have to take it in. I hope the players are ready. I hope this time there will not be an excuse of injury, this, that and all. We can play the football we were playing just before the Asian Cup, and hopefully we can win it. And please do watch the games. The games will be streamed live on Jio Cinema and also in Sports 18. And the first match will, of course, will be in Afghanistan. Saudi. Sorry, my bad. And the second game will be in India. First game taking place on 22nd of March, and second will be on 26th. And one game will be in Friday, so please try to watch, mostly because it's a weekend, and one game will be on Tuesday. And because it's happening in India, the time will be adjustable so that all of you can watch, mostly 7:30, 7 o'clock-ish time. So please do follow. Anything you would like to add?
To be clear, none of us are expecting us to qualify for the World Cup at this stage.
Yeah.
If you have watched any of our previous videos, you will know that is not our expectation at all.
Definitely.
Our expectation is to at least perform well, so maybe other people will want to play us.
Yeah.
And like he just said, so that we can get a favorable group. Yeah. Maybe it'll make it slightly easier for the Asian Cup next time.
Definitely.
But the primary, I think, our goal should not be for qualifying for tournaments now or anything of that sort. Our goal should right now just be to play better football, so we get better opponents, so we can train against them, so our level can increase.
Yeah. So even this present is the best opportunity for that also. You see, imagine if we get through to the next round. We are going to play for the next 2 years, the World Cup qualifiers, third round will be happening. We will be playing against one of the best teams in the country for over 2 legs. Imagine going to the likes of away match to Japan and coming back here, the likes of South Korea, the likes of Australia. At least two of these teams will be in your group. So it's a group of 6 teams, and there are 3 groups, and you still have chances. Even if you finish 4th and 5th, you will get chances for next round. So I'm not saying we'll qualify, but making it further and further gives us exposure to more and more competitive matches, not friendlies, not meaningless friendlies. Let's say even the SAF tournaments, all these intercontinental cups, these are just glorified friendlies. These are just considered friendlies by FIFA. So that much seriousness they'll take. Maybe not SAF match, but still it's classified as friendly only. But these are proper competitive. There's something to lose. There is lot to gain. So very, very high tempo, high pitch matches, and we'll get more exposure to it. So that is the whole point of qualifying for these tournaments, and especially this World Cup qualifiers. It will be very, very playing in different conditions. If you don't know, Asia is like a huge continent. From Australia to India is like a huge cultural difference, temperature difference, a lot of these things. So all these things our players will get exposed to. So whenever a big tournament comes up later on, let's say the Asian Cup, they'll be ready. So it's good to qualify.
Yeah, I think that's about it.
Okay.
And I wanted to mention one very small thing that I don't think many of us realize. Do you know that the Indian national team, the football team, hires an astrologist to choose players for the game?
Yes, I've heard this.
It is verified information.
Yeah.
We will go into that at a later point in some video. So, however good these players are, I'm not saying on paper this seems like a pretty decent team.
Yeah.
I know some of them. I don't follow Indian football as much as this guy, but I know some of them. And it seems quite decent. But every time I look at a list like this, I'm like, oh, so this is what the astrologist chose.
So
that is the truth, is it not? So yeah, let's move on to the other topic.
I think what they do is they get a initial squad and then the astrologer will say, okay, this guy will have this Rahu Kalam. What is some assumption?
Apparently even for the match day squad, he says that today this thing is not matching up. So preferably don't keep him in, or you can sub him in later. He might not have a good day. Have you not read this? If I find the article, I'll send it to you. I'll put it in the description for the video.
Okay.
I thought I was reading some stand-up script when I read the article. I am like, this actually happens. But that is the truth. That's what happens really.
What the heck?
And this was not in some small publication. I think it was in the Hindu or something like that. Like a proper established newspaper.
I have nothing to say. It's just plain ridiculous. Whatever it is, it's not been working. So please rethink. And on an end to that, there is a movie that is going to release soon. It's called Maidan, and Ajay Devgan is going to be star. I'm not promoting as such, but if you think Indian football never was good or anything like that, and the way we talked about in the previous things, please watch this movie. I think this is by far the only representation we've ever gotten of how good Indian football was, and what could have been Indian football, and what could have been if that one genius of a man who turned the whole history of Indian football around, if he hadn't stopped, or if he hadn't mysteriously died one day, what could have been. So please watch the movie, and hopefully watching it, and kudos to the directors and all these players to at least bring in the story. I don't know how this movie is going to play out. I don't know how the acting is going to be. I'm not sure. At least to show these things out front, how India were one of the best teams in Asia, how India made to the Olympic semi-finals, all these things with a bunch of amateur players. So that's the amount of talent we had at that time, and that's the amount of potential we had at that time.
And not to say that we don't have that potential right now. We might still have it, it's just untapped.
So please do give it a watch. If the trailer is already out, the movie's name is Maidan. And yeah, that's all. So moving on to our European football talk. The UEFA Champions League quarterfinals have been announced, and including the pathway to the final also have been revealed. So it's quite similar to last year and also a little bit different. So the similarity as in, like, most of the favorites are in one bracket, and there is a chance that one of them will get out in the first round itself. And also the difference being that there are more mouth-watering fixtures, more like for the neutral perspective, for the fan base perspective, for the TV perspective. There's a lot of eye-catching matches. Like, none of the matches are involving any small club. Every club that is playing.
Rethink what you just said.
Yes.
None of the games, small clubs, not even one.
See, I would like not to mention anything, but yeah. I mean, most of it have history, bar maybe PSG, but yeah.
Yeah.
So mostly, I don't think PSG has any fans anymore because most of them going to Al Hilal. So, and some of them are supporting PL clubs. So I will not like to talk such things. So let's go. So moving into the most what do you call, the favorite side. Obviously, the the huge matchup that we can see, the most obvious one is Man City versus Real Madrid, and it has been happening very often as of now. Every
other year. I think last year and the year before also they played in the semi-finals.
It's becoming very common. Man City, Real Madrid will meet at some point. So let's see who it goes this time. Man City have not looked bad as such, although they've not been like that consistent compared to that. Last year they were like a beast, But they are a good team. On the day they can show up, and also maybe the earlier season results could have been attributed to some players being injured. And so coming to Real Madrid also, they're definitely better than last year because
they are better than last year. But I think right now, no, they are not. They are seeming more good than they are.
Okay, like
they are outperforming their expectations, is my opinion. They are very good. There is no doubt about that. They are very, very good.
Okay.
But I still genuinely believe they are outperforming their expectations.
Let's see how long they can do that if that is the case.
So at some point it's going to catch up. And City coming right now, I think will be a reality check for them.
Okay.
I'm saying that City won't win this time. So it's most likely Real. So Real could eventually maybe end up beating City.
Okay.
It might happen. Because like I said, they're outperforming their expectations and they're a very good team.
And also it might go down to teams cancelling each other out, and in the end, like one player having one good moment. Even for City, I think they could agree to that last year also in the final. It was going dull. The match was both teams were cancelling each other. Nothing was working, and then it took an inspirational moment from Rodri to grab the match. Everyone thought it would be a blowout, but it didn't happen. So sometimes maybe something like that would be happening. It would either be a dull match with one great moment, or it could turn out to be a goal fest.
I think it will be an end-to-end game. Maybe not a goal fest, but I think they'll go to blow for blow against each other.
Okay.
Because Real is not someone who's going to sit down and take it.
Especially in a UCL game.
Definitely not. So I think Real will end up coming on top over City, and but that leads to the next problem. They will most likely face Bayern. That is
we'll see. We'll come to that.
That is the most weird thing about this side of the bracket. No.
Yeah.
3 of the favorites for the title are on one side. PSG is never on a favorite. Barca, I don't have to tell you. Atletico, there's no chance.
Somehow they got it. Then there's Dortmund, who are just happy to be there.
So that side is quite. I don't want to use the word weak, but for lack of the better term, I would say that side is weaker compared to this side, because 3 of the teams that you think might end up winning the tournament are in the same bracket.
Same side.
And only one of them will enter the final.
Yeah, last year vibes.
So it's not as lopsided as last time. Last time Inter lost to Barca in the group stage and went to the final, dude. I don't understand how that is even possible.
Yeah.
They would have paid them an insane amount of money.
So coming to the next match, Arsenal versus Bayern.
You didn't tell who you expect to win.
Oh, sorry. I don't know. I actually don't want either of these teams to coming from a pure fans perspective. And I don't know. I actually want to face both teams, but because last year we lost to City and we want to play them again at least this time play with an actual striker.
Fair.
And also Real, because we've been waiting for that for like some 5-6 years to get that bullshit out. Every time either we'll go out or they'll go out and never make it to the same thing around.
Now we have an opportunity.
Now there is an opportunity.
So who do you want?
I personally want Real because
it's been a long time.
Yeah, I want to end the toxicity there. Either we are worse or they are better.
Either we are worse or they are better. There's no point of us being better in this conversation.
So we'll see. So that's I want Real Madrid. That's a personal choice, but I think City will go through.
Oh.
Yeah.
So we are on either side of this argument.
No, that's from pure rivalry point of view. I do not have any rivalry against City. I honestly, even when we played last time, other than the fact that we might get thrashed, there is no ranting, talking to each other. But against Real, it's a different thing. So I think it's because even after they won the UCL, I think nobody takes City seriously for some reason. Not the team, I'm saying the City fans.
Fair.
So like that, and coming to there, if we make it to there, we are facing a very good Arsenal team, which is completely different what happened, like let's say in 2017, the last time Arsenal played in a UCL match was against us, and now they're coming back. And since then, I think Arsenal fans have been asking, give us Bayern, give us.
That is every PL team ever.
It reminds me of another which which talked too much. I don't know what happened to them. So let's see. But definitely, this team is better than that other team that we talked about earlier. And they are looking good. They are as of now they're on top of the table in PL, right?
Yeah, they are.
So they're not bad. They're not bad.
Sir, but you genuinely think Arsenal are going to play against Bayern and hold their own?
I think it all goes down to experience in the quarterfinals.
I just think Bayern is just plain better, sir.
I'll come to the point. See, Bayern are not good. I'm telling you, Bayern are not good. Yesterday, if you know, we won 5-2, but we did concede first to a team that is bottom of the table with 13 points.
Fair.
So there is something wrong, but now they're coming actually back because they are in a corner right now.
Yeah.
Okay, they're in a corner to salvage something out, make it a respectful season by winning the UCL or having one of the most seasons in the last 20 years I've ever seen. Like one of the worst performing seasons. It's not about the losses we had, how we lost these games, to what all opposition we lost areas. We lost to a third division team I'm not saying they're bad, but it's Bayern. Yeah, so, and we lost convincingly to Leverkusen and Leipzig. Okay, Leverkusen I'd say good, but Leipzig, no. And Dortmund game also, that was only big actual rivals that we managed to beat. Rest all the matches ending in draws. And we again play Dortmund again. So I think that match would decide, because that is the big match before the quarterfinals first leg. And if they are able to get a results, play well in that game, they will be going positive. And as far as I said, Arsenal have everything to lose because they have a league title race going on, which is very close. On top of that, they are in a competitive bracket on this side. So how they manage their squad, how their experience comes into play, because I don't think there are many players that have reached this stage of the Champions League in that team.
No.
I don't think anybody is there, let alone play in the Champions League. Some of them first time they're playing in the Champions League. So it's an added pressure. But on the other hand, if you look at Bayern, they at least have 7 to 8 players who have reached the semi-final stage multiple times, quarterfinals multiple times, who have been here, who have played at this stage. Some of them already won it recently. So it's very experienced. So it all comes down to how the experience works out. Can Arsenal push against the pressure, or will they crumble? Can Bayern salvage something out? Can they be the cornered beast, or what Real Madrid fans call Bayern La Bestia Negra?
Okay.
And they basically call them Black Beast.
What the?
Yes, that's a nickname given to Bayern because Bayern and Real used to clash in the Champions League a lot, and mostly, either if they beat each other, mostly they went on to win that cup. So it is a very this thing, and I hopefully I can see the match, but first step at a time, not giving anything off to Arsenal. They are a good team, and they have a chance of beating us. I'm not saying no to any of that. I mean, Lazio managed to get a result against them, and I'm not stopping Arsenal. Villarreal managed to beat us. So who says Arsenal can't beat us? But yeah. So from a pure my perspective, I'll say I want Bayern to win. And from a fan's perspective, I want Bayern to lose because I want them to go trophyless. I want people to get hurt, get a reality check, make smart decisions, and next year come out with a bang. Because last time we went trophyless, it caused a major rupture and change, which ended up benefiting the club. So we'll see. And also added to the fact, a little more interesting stuff. When Thomas Tuchel took over Chelsea like last time, they were out of every single trophy, and only thing was UCL. Nobody expected them to win. I'm not talking about how they won, but they managed to win. So maybe if you have nothing to lose and the only thing that is relevant to you is Champions League, and they only focus on that, that's often what happened with Real Madrid most of the times. They only focus on Champions League. They managed to win it 3 consecutive times. So maybe it could be because every other team in that bracket have other competitions to worry about also.
True.
So could be that. And we'll move out of this thing.
So Bayern or Arsenal, sir?
I'm going with Bayern.
Okay, I don't like Arsenal. I never have. I don't think they're a serious team. They are serious.
However, I'm not saying it's going to be one-sided bang on it. It will be very close match. Okay, obviously my bias is there, which you can understand out of this right now. And yeah, that's all. Semi-finals, we'll see. We are not making any predictions. What if everything got wrong and some random fixture comes out of everywhere?
What if it's Arsenal versus City in the semis?
So we are not telling. All the PL boys will come at us. So coming to the other bracket. First, the unexpected teams. Atletico Madrid and Dortmund. Atletico Madrid have been on and off. Of course.
But like I said, they are the goal scoring machine now.
Yeah, no,
in the league
I heard this unique concept like Atletico Madrid are the team which ends teams' aspirations of winning the UCL.
True.
They basically decide who win. Every year it has happened.
True.
And I have personal experience as a Bayern fan. And if you look at Atletico, that's how they have been. They have ended up other. So, and then there's Dortmund, who are just happy to be there. I don't think anybody expected them. They themselves didn't expect to getting out of the group, getting out of the round of 16 in the quarterfinal, and getting relatively an okay fixture out of
the competitive game. This one,
yeah,
it's not one.
They have a chance.
Yeah. An outside chance, but nevertheless a chance.
Yeah. So, but I do still think Atletico are slightly better. I think it will be a cagey, goalless game, which I'm going to expect mostly because it's involved Atletico. And Dortmund, I don't think, because Atletico have been very lethal in their counter attacking, will not open themselves up and try to block the lines mostly.
Park the bus, sir. Just say it as it is. Say it as it is. Park the bus.
Dortmund's chance is basically getting a huge result in the Signal Iduna Park and try not to lose badly in the second game. That's the way they're going to get through. Atletico's way, I'd say, is most probably a goalless draw or something in the Signal Iduna Park and a win, a small margin win, which they are known for, getting 1-0, 2-0 victories, and they'll comfortably go through. So I think the Atletico one is more likely to happen because they just beat Inter. However, Dortmund coming out of that group of death as group winners, I'm not ruling them out also. So depends whose day on it, but I still pick Atletico. What about you?
I genuinely think Atletico on paper and in real life is a much better team, but you can't rule out a Dortmund randomly waking up like, whom has awakened the ancient one. That could happen, but it's very unlikely. So I think when they're playing at Signal Iduna Park, Atletico will actually play a lot better because they're away from home. These people, I think that's a mentality with all the Atletico players. When they are faced with that much adversity, somehow they'll become beasts. Yeah. When they are comfortable, they sit back, they will chill, they will lose games and stuff. But when they face that challenge, when they face that adversity, all of them will show up. True. So I'm expecting that to be a very competitive game at the Iduna Park.
Okay.
But the deciding game will always come back to Madrid at Wanda Metropolitan or whatever that thing is called. And I think there they will win maybe 1-0 or 2-0 and Atletico will go through. But that is just my prediction.
Okay.
Maybe Sancho and Royce will wake up and be like, whom has awakened the ancient one again? And then just go through them. Very unlikely, but on their day, these people are all very good players. So, yeah.
Anything could happen. So, that's what I said. Like, all the matches, like, it's not one-sided as such. Even the other bracket is not one-sided.
Yeah.
The other team could beat them.
It seems one-sided because the big teams, 3 big teams are on one side. But if you take it game-wise, other than maybe the Barca PSG game, everything else is very evenly matched.
It's still close. PSG is not that great. So. I think Mbappe is carrying them.
We are going there only.
You start, sir. Please start.
Sir, Barca PSG, I don't know where to start. Barca are playing against the last manager to win them the UCL and the last manager to win them the treble.
What the fuck? Reunion.
Barca are playing with a manager who played under that man and was the last time they won the UCL and the treble. So there's so much riding on this. And Mbappe still has a point to prove, and most of this season, at least the last 5-6 games, Luis Enrique has been leaving him out.
Yeah.
The second half.
But then he is easily the best player. He is winning the games single-handedly sometimes.
He is. But okay, where were we before we were rudely interrupted?
Yeah, you were talking about.
So Mbappe has been left out quite a lot, but I think quarterfinals is about the time when they are like, no, we have to start taking things seriously because the reason Luis Enrique is there is to finally get them something.
Okay.
And I think This is one last opportunity for Mbappe to win something with PSG.
Okay.
And this is PSG's last real shot at the Champions League.
Yeah.
Because after Mbappe leaves, I don't think that it's sustainable for them to keep spending as much money. And I don't think there are any other that level players left to bring in.
Yeah.
So after this, PSG is going to be that Arsenal, whoever else kind of a team, where they might be in the CL continuously, but and Arsenal have not been in the CL for quite some time, so Arsenal is not a fair comparison. Okay. Maybe something like Barca, they're always in the CL, but they never go far. Okay. So they'll be that kind of a team for some time.
Yeah.
But till that happens, I think this is their real last opportunity. So I think from now on, they'll start taking it seriously.
Okay.
So Mbappe might either start off the game and just bang everything and just go back and sit, or he'll come in the second half and say, get out. So that is what might happen. But it'll be very interesting to see what Barca does now, because Barca has nothing left to lose.
Quite true.
Neither are they going to win anything in the league. Neither have they to win any cup competition. Nothing is left.
They're out of everything.
They're out of everything.
Oh, I thought they're still in some.
They and Girona, I think, are level of points. Girona is 62, Barca is 61, and Real is 72. So that is out of question. They have a 10-point lead there. So they're not going to win the league. They're not going to win any cup competitions. And UCL, they don't have any real shot.
Yeah.
So right now, Barca and Atletico are at that stage where they can spoil it for everyone else.
Quite true.
So all they have left is to prove a point.
It could potentially be. I mean, PSG have. I think they have control of the league. I don't think they'll give a shit about the league at this point.
Yeah, it's
so
they are supposed to win it.
So it'll be very interesting. Like all the teams in that side have everything to gain
and nothing to lose. Definitely.
So very, very interesting.
So compared to that is a very interesting point about this year's draws. One side is the side that has everything to lose.
Yeah.
One side has nothing to lose. So this side is more competitive in every aspect.
Yeah.
That side, all of them are giants, and these are teams that we think can win the league.
Yeah.
This side are the people who have no chance. So however far they go, they are like, we have gotten here. Which is what makes Barca very interesting for me now, because we do have big names. We have Lewandowski, we have Ter Stegen.
Yeah, he's finally back to scoring apparently.
So it's not that we are a bad team on paper, but we've not been performing. But if you saw the game against Napoli, genuinely that was a very good game to watch. It was like Javi set up the team in such a beautiful way. They had no other option. They had complete control of the game from front to back. Sometimes they looked a little shaky after Christensen left and Oriol Romeo and all came back.
Okay.
But it looked a bit shaky, but they were never really completely out of control. There were a few scary moments.
Okay.
And Napoli is not a bad team. Right now also they're playing quite good in their league.
Okay.
After Inter, I think that's the only team that I can take seriously from that league.
Okay.
So compared to how they played in the group stage, I think the last game against Napoli was quite decent.
Okay.
But again, you have to take into context they're going to come against PSG. PSG have the whole team is filled with superstars.
Yeah.
And they have a very tactically good manager.
They narrowly made it to the group stage. At one point they could have had the realistic possibility of going to the Europa League, but since then they have been consistent, I'd say, and especially in their league. And also one thing favoring now is if you didn't know, a certain thing has happened in Ligue 1. Ligue 1 does no longer have 20 teams, it's 18 teams. It's similar to the Bundesliga now. Compared to the Bundesliga, it's not because of harsh winter conditions and because of the teams are less. Mostly down to financial problems and sustainability, especially because of the whole Canal Plus TV viewership.
Basically broadcasting
scandal that happened. Yeah. And have we talked about that? No.
I think we have mentioned it.
We have mentioned
briefly,
it one time. If you want us to,
long ago,
if you want us to detailedly cover any of that content,
comment. Not
please
one comment in the last 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So now that brings us back to the very interesting conversation of Mbappe again. It's not confirmed yet. Yesterday, Lewandowski confirmed finally that next season also is going to stay at Barca.
Oh.
His 2-year tenure is done.
Okay.
He had 1 year option of extending. He's confirmed yesterday saying, I'm staying at Barca.
I mean, yeah.
And during that time, he also mentioned the very interesting fact that Mbappe to Real is still not here we go yet.
Okay.
But this is a very good opportunity for us to see what could happen in the league next year if Mbappe does move to Real Madrid, because he has nothing to lose at this point. That PSG team has nothing left to prove other than that they can win the league. Yeah. And they've gotten a manager who's capable, who genuinely, if you give him enough time and space and all of things that he needs. He is like Guardiola, but different in a way. And in some ways, I think he's better than him.
Yeah.
Because
I think it's a necessary loss. I think to lose the player so that they can build
a proper team.
With not many ego clashes as such. And I think that's why maybe subbing him off.
Exactly. They have that base set. It's not like if Mbappe is gone, they don't have a goal scorer and all. The team is actually, even if you remove Mbappe, that team is actually genuinely very good. It's a very, very good team. So, it's very interesting. Like, people have forgotten about Luis Enrique because he left Barca and then he came back to coach the Spain national team. Then he left and then he went here. So, it's going to be very interesting to see because among top managers, if we think, we're only going to think about someone like Hansi Flick. We're going to think about Klopp or Pep Guardiola and all of us have forgotten about this man. So it's an opportunity for him to be back in the conversation. So this is a game of very heavy stakes for both sides. Barca has nothing to lose but everything to gain because they've always round of 16 was as far as we got in the last 3-4 years. Quarterfinal last time we faced was Bayern and we got thumped. So this is a very long time. So we are also like that Dortmund kind of thing where we are happy to be here. Let's see how we go. So if Javi is just genuinely trying to cement his legacy as a good manager, he will try and set up the team properly so that even if we can't push them back, we'll at least push them far enough that we can draw or at least make it a good thing to watch and not like a snooze fest.
Might be going down to who is smarter on
the day. And genuinely, Luis Enrique is a genius because I remember 2015 our midfield was not as good as that 2009, 2010, 2008 monster team.
Obviously.
And still they ended up winning the treble. So it means that Luis Enrique is quite good and we won the league with Rakitic and Vidal and all playing in midfield. So technically he is a good manager. So it's up to who is better, the guru or the shishya. It's about who is better, better suited to handle this kind of pressure. Okay. Because PSG might have played here before, but there are a lot of new people in the squad now. It's a new manager, it's a new thinking philosophy.
Okay.
Barca have played and there are quite a few experienced veterans in the squad who've played in the UCL before. And people like Lewandowski, Ter Stegen know how to handle the pressure. But it's up to see how the young people from this squad face against the young people of PSG squad. Young superstars there and young upcoming people here. So it's going to be very interesting, the conversations between Lamine Yamal and Kylian Mbappe and all that weird stuff. But I think, honestly, PSG will go through, but I hope Barca puts on a fight because otherwise there's no point.
Okay. I don't think I have anything else to add on to it.
Do you want PSG to go on though?
I don't know.
Do you want PSG? It will be very interesting if Barca and Dortmund play the semis and Dortmund goes on to the final to fucking face Bayern. It will be so damn entertaining to watch.
It actually happened 2013.
Yeah, that is the Klopp generation. No?
You know which stadium hosted the final that year?
No, Wembley.
Yeah.
What the shit? That would be so interesting to watch.
That's a realistic possibility because Bayern and Dortmund only will face in the final if at all it is happening.
No, but that will be very interesting now. Let's assume from this side Barca goes in, from that side Dortmund goes in. Barca will lose.
And also, guess who were the semi-finalists last time for both of those teams? Barca and Real.
What the heck? I'm telling you.
Even that is also possible.
I'm telling you, this is a match I didn't have. And if this happens, I swear I will clip this. I'll put it everywhere on earth. Everywhere. Every bloody.
I am not lying. You guys check it up. Last 2012-13 season final was semi-finals was one side was Real Madrid and one small change there. Barca and Real were switched roles at that time.
Okay.
So basically Bayern faced Barca and Dortmund faced Real. So it's almost the same, but the final was correct. If you check, final was exactly between Bayern and Dortmund.
I would love if that genuinely happened, a Bayern versus Dortmund final at Wembley. It would be very interesting to watch. And genuinely, that time Klopp left, this time Tuchel is going to leave. So one manager is going to leave at the end anyway. That would be actually very interesting to watch.
And if you don't remember, that had one of the best opening ceremonies I've ever seen till now. It is not this typical music concert bullshit. Like, it was an actual genuinely good opening ceremony. If you have not watched it, please go watch the opening ceremony of that. It's very good.
Okay, I think that's about it. We have finished almost everything. Yeah. So again, our recap. who do you want to go through from Real and City?
I said
Real.
Real.
I think Real will go through.
Okay. Second out of Arsenal and
Bayern and Dortmund and Atletico.
I'd say Atletico.
I am saying Atletico will go through realistically, but I hope Dortmund will.
Okay. Next game.
PSG, Barca.
I think Barca will edge it a little bit.
Oh, that's big claim. I think PSG will go through, but genuinely want Barca to go through. See, semi-final is as far as we can make it. Realistically, come what may, put to pay money, do whatever you have. At the end, maximum we can go to semi-final because that is where the team is at. Yeah. Eventually, maybe we can build up and whoever the next manager is, eventually we can get there. But as of where we are at now, if we push with everything we have, maximum we can reach the semis. And I hope they do that and reach the semis. Lose doesn't matter. Reach the semis, you will get at least some decent money. Yeah. You will have a wage bill and all that. So this thing, I hope. But realistically, PSG will go through. Yeah.
Okay.
So
that's about it. Thank you for watching if you made it till now. And please do give the same support you gave for the last video. And keep supporting our channel. Please comment, share, like, subscribe. And yeah, bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.